Hi there, back again so soon. We're going to do another day of 1-point perspective, and then we're going to move on to 2-point perspective and then some shading. These topics take a little bit of time, and it's really fun in the class to do paintings or animated or that, but sometimes we won't spend as much time with the perspective drawing, and I think it's really important. It's going to take you up to the next level with your artwork, and it can be kind of fun. So this is the one I had shown you before, another 1-point perspective. If you can see the vanishing point, raise your hand. No, can't see. Don't beat yourself up if this is difficult, if it's challenging. I will be there on Zoom, I think, to work with you, or soon enough we'll meet in person. And next we'll move on to 2-point perspective and then shading. And I think that you guys will learn so much from it. So, all right, well, let's get started on our landscape. So you are using pencil and eraser in the beginning. I am using marker so that you can see it, because we really don't want all these lines later on to show up. So you guys know what this is called. This is the horizon line, and this is called the vanishing point, and this is called a road. These are called buildings. These are called mountains. Let's get started. Okay, I'm going to make these lines for my little, I don't know what those things in the middle of the road are called. And before you got here, I did the horizon line, I did the vanishing point, and then I went ahead, can you see how these line up? Excuse me, to the tops of the buildings. There's my vanishing point. There's that building, and then I made the other one taller. And looking this way, that's the tallest one. There's the roof line, it's the roof line. There's that one, is shorter, and then that one. So that's what I've done, is make a series of lines. I don't know why I have 4 right here, but I'll figure that out. 2 over here. Then when I figure out where I want my building, we are going to do the vertical lines, and this is the tallest building. And there's the back side of the building. Now for the top of it here, that is a horizontal line like the edge of your paper, like the horizon line. And that goes over here. I think so. Okay, then my next building is shorter. I'm going to go to here, and I can make that go to the end. And then my next building is a little taller. So there I've got my buildings. Okay. And then I just put a large window on this one. The window, the bottom of the window would line up with the vanishing point, as well as the top. These would be vertical. And then I just made up random windows. Okay, so I will put this windows here. Here's the bottom, here's the top. I'll just make them higher. They're not super even, oh well. And I made some arched doorways. We'll get to that in a minute. On the next building, I'll make some lower windows. Line it up always with that point. On these ones I made some awnings. And the tops of the awnings are also gonna line up. And they're arched. That will line up too with the vanishing point. This is gonna go like that. They're gonna be striped. So see why you want to use pencil first, because it gets confusing to try and see through all these marker lines. And guess what? This is the art store. Let's do the doorway. So the doorway goes to the bottom, and then I'll make the top of it, say about there. Vertical line, vertical line. You can use the ruler. My sign that says art store. You can name it whatever store you want. I hand did it so my lines look a little wavy. The arches were kind of fun. So see how, going back in the distance, see how that one's smaller than that one? I would do them in pencil first, but the tops of them should line up. So if that one's there, I'm gonna do this in pencil this time. Then the top of that one will be there, and the top of this one will be there. And then that's the entrance into it. Okay. I got my little things for the road. As they go farther away, they are getting smaller, but they're also appearing to be closer together. So see, the space in between is diminishing. Put one right there. So the white space in between is also appearing closer together. Now for the ice cream shop. So these 3 lines, 4 lines, 5, 6 lines are going to line up to the vanishing point also. And that first store I have, I ran out of room for this one. Okay, so I'll just make it a little bigger. And here's the other store. Is taller. Whoops. I had a counter for the people eating ice cream. I'm going to make this line for the top of the cabana taller than the horizon line, which is here. So I'm going to go up here somewhere. And then my ice cream sign. There's my ice cream sign. There's the top of my awning. The bottom of my awning should line up also. You can make the bottom, like that or whatever. Okay, my opening for my window. Or the counter where they're eating. Now I have it so that it's a table right there, so that one's gonna go horizontal. There's my counter. Oopsie, I'm missing something. What happened here? Miss Linda has made an error. Here we go. There's my counter right here. Right here. Okay, there's my seats. That that does not go there. And then the stripes would go the direction that these lines are going. Ice cream. What next? What next? What next? What next? Something's looking a little funky here. This could be the tops of the windows, the top of the door, and then this, I think once you color it in, say this door is dark, I'm coloring in super fast. You guys can make it look nicer like that. Something is not right here. There we go. And then back in the distance, I did get a little skinnier Sharpie. And I did some, as if this was a park, I did some trees. I did some mountains. Oh, wait a minute, mountains. This looks like it's in Colorado or somewhere. The clouds closest to me are drawn bigger, and as they get farther away, they get lower in the horizon and drawn smaller. Okay? These windows looks a little funny. It looks funny because of that line right there, but once you erase your lines and put the ones you need, I mean, erase the pencil lines that you don't need, I'll make another set of windows. Okay, there you have it. Now you can put planters here on the street. When we, when we're viewing like a planter, we know that the opening is a circle. But when you're looking at the side of it, this gets to be narrower and narrower. And if it was eye level, let me show you something. So if you're looking down at a still life, say this is a clay pot. Now when it comes closer to eye level, say if this is the horizon line up here, then you're just going to see the edge of it. You won't see the inside of it. If I'm looking right down on top of it, I'm going to see the whole circle. If that makes sense. And then, so if that's the horizon line, at the horizon line I don't see any of the opening because I'm right at the side of it. As it goes lower and lower and lower, you know, I might see more and more of the opening, of this opening that's a circle. If it's above the horizon line, it's actually going to turn and this way, and I would probably see the bottom of it. Okay, so anyways, the planters I'm looking at, and I can just, as they go this way, making them a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. A little bit smaller until it's just a little dot. I'm kidding. All right. This was a fun one. Next, we're going to go on to 2-point perspective, and so I am excited to show you that. And we will see you again next week. Be well, you guys.